Hello, my name is Jeremy Fox. This is my Project 1 video review for MDF2 term 1212, I believe. What did you do for your project? We had to create a kind of like a calendar slash to-do slash events type app, calendar app, I guess. Short overview of my code would consist of we'll start at the app delegate, where in the application did enter background, we grab the date 30 seconds in the future, and then call this little method here, which just creates a local notification and a message, and then shows it at the date, the fire date being the date 30 seconds in the future. So that happens when we go back to like the iOS home screen. It dismisses the app that's in the background. 30 seconds later, we get the local notification. I have a constants class, which really just has one constant that I use throughout the app. Then the first class that you'll see is the main table view controller, which has an events array, which I throw together right here with a bunch of different dates and a bunch of events that we create in a class method on my event object. Event class just creates it for me and returns it. So there I'm creating a date and the event, and then adding it to the NS mutable array events, which is what we'll use to populate the table view with our 10 fictitious events, and right there they all are. And then we have number of sections in table view 1, grabbing the total count in the events, and then self road index path, we just grab the current event so we can set up the cell. Did select row, we call perform segue with identifier, our push event details view, and then in prepare for segue, if the segue is our push event details view, we grab the cell, grab the event object, and then tell the destination view controller that will be presented, or we give him the event to present so that it can know what details it needs to present. And then we present the event detail table view controller, which is this guy. And then we just switch on a few cases here in our self road index path, because as you'll see, the details view has 3 different sections in it. So depending on the, or not 3 different sections, three different types of cells. So depending on what row we're on, we create a different cell and set that guy up. Then we have our calendar table view controller, which just lists all of the available calendars. So if access is granted, we set the calendars and then tell our table view to reload so that we can see all of them. Otherwise, if it's denied, we show this little alert. This is self-road index path, I'm sorry. So this is like the next time you come back, we check and see if one has already been stored, and if it has, then we set the check mark on it so that you know what one is already being stored. And then did select rows, where we save it. The calendar identifier, we save that off so we can retrieve that calendar again later when we want to save events to it. The create event view controller, when you click the alert view, which is created. So when you click save event, like you filled in everything and you click save event, we dismiss the keyboard. We set up an error string that we use to present what fields were not filled in. So like right here, if the event title text length is 0 when they click save, we append the event title to our error string. And then right here we have a bool, and it's always yes unless we have an error. And so if we can save, we jump down into here, otherwise we display our errors. So if we can save, we grab the event picker, or the event date picker date, format it how we want it, create the message which shows the title, location, and the date for you to confirm all the information is correct. And then there's 2 buttons, cancel and save. If you cancel and nothing happens, it just dismisses and you can continue editing. If you click save, we enter this guy here, where we grab, or we check and see in NS user defaults if there is a stored calendar. If there is, we go ahead and save it. Otherwise, we show an alert telling the user you have not selected a default calendar to save the event to yet. Please do that first. Then they come back and then they will have a stored calendar. So we jump in here, we create the new EK event, essentially just save it to the database. If an error occurs, they get an alert. Otherwise, they get an alert telling them everything was successful, and we dismiss this view. Then we have an event object, which just holds on to the title, location, date and time, calendar, title, and notes. Not doing anything really with notes right now. But then a couple class methods on here that were just helper methods, really. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and run this now. Just keep in mind you won't be able to see the calendar view because there are no calendars on the simulator. So, for example, if I select default calendar, it's not going to show anything. Okay, that's interesting. Now it actually did. All right, if I select calendar, I come back in. Okay, there it is, and it's already selected. On the device, they pop up instantly. I'm not sure why these two are showing up after I pull it, but there it is. And then, so I have selected a default calendar. Here's the 10 fictitious events. We were required to have an image. So the background of this calendar thing I made up, that is an image. I have a label on two labels on top of it, which is for the month and the day, so January 11th. Then I have another label over here with the title of the event and the whole date and time, 1/11/13/20, 7:20 a.m. You click it, you get the details view, which I mimicked the native iOS calendar app so that it was already kind of familiar to people. So this is kind of what the native iOS app details page looks like when you're looking at an event. So you have the title, the location, the date, the time, the calendar it was saved to, and then any notes that were saved with it, which right now it's always the same thing. It's just these are some static notes. We can add an event, and if I try to save it, it says, oops, please fill in the following required fields, event title, event location. So if I enter something in the title and I try to click save, now it just says, please fill in the following required fields, event location. So that's that errors string I was talking about where we're appending different errors to it. So if I say test, and then I'll just select a day here. Let's do, I don't know, do 26th. Event confirmation. Please look over your event details and confirm all info is accurate. Yada, yada, yada. Save. Event saved. Okay. I believe that's it. Thank you for watching.